Morning. It's Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. I'm Larissa. My video diary. My fat girl diary. The time's come to drink some skulls. Oh. Yesterday. Yesterday. Last night I made stewed greens, baked potato, and falafel patties. They were awful falafel. Not all falafel is created equal. Some falafels are better than others, and I did not home make. I didn't make the falafel. It was a frozen falafel patty. Falafel is basically a chickpea burger, but anyway, there are some frozen ones out there that are pretty good. And I picked up Ultimate Falafel Burger. It was not ultimate. Not a word I would use. It was Ultimate Cardboard Burger, flavored with fenugreek. Wasn't good. Sorry, Gardening. You do not make the ultimate falafel patty. Oh, no, they were not good. But the greens were decent, and the baked potato was good. The greens, Omar said he prefers the other way I make them. So I tried something a little different this time. Usually when I make my greens, I saute the onions a little bit first, but then I just add in water and tomato and stuff. And I usually add in other stuff. I usually chop up celery real fine and some carrots. And I didn't do that this time. No mirepoix. But I did use a lot of aromatics. So, a ton of garlic, a ton of ginger. And I always put in a ton of ginger, but a lot of ginger this time. Red onion, ginger, garlic, coriander. I always put in herbs and spices and stuff. So anyway, I sauteed the onions, and I cut the onions real small. And I sauteed them with the garlic and the ginger until the onions were starting to get soft, starting to get transparent around the edges. And so it was stirring over a medium-low heat. Ginger sticks. Ginger caramelizes so fast and sticks. I grated the ginger. So it wasn't in big chunks, because Omar doesn't like it in big chunks. Yeah. But I didn't add a whole lot of water, and I didn't add any tomato. Yeah. Oh my God, I cut open a tomato, though, for garnishing on the plate last night. I had to throw it away. It had this big black spot in it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not even cutting that out. I don't know what that is. Whatever that is, it's got roots, I'm sure, that I can't see in this tomato. It's really weird. Tossed that one. Cut the next one. It was fine. Anyway. Yeah, I stewed the greens with, very little water. I let them wilt down and then added a little bit of water, kind of like to glaze the bottom of the pan, the pot, where the ginger was sticking. Yeah. So they were drier, and they were closer in texture to what I wanted. Omar said he prefers the other texture when I make them, so he wasn't crazy. Like he likes them a little soupier. But they needed to be pureed. They would have been better pureed. But in order to puree them, I'd need an immersion blender, and mine is pooped out. I could have cooked them down softer. They also would have needed to be cooked a little bit softer to be pureed. Yeah. I mean, they were good, though. some things I do different, a little more water next time, and and cook them longer. Yeah. And he's like, "Did you put less lemon in?" 'Cause I usually put lemon in my greens. I didn't put any lemon in. I used lime this time, and I used more. Yeah. It takes the bitterness off of them. Yeah, so I still have a bunch of them down there. I have half of them. We ate half of them last night. I have the other half. So I'll probably saute up some celery and carrots and throw those in the pan and throw the greens in and add some water and maybe some chickpeas and do them up that way for the leftovers and have them with rice. I don't know. Went into the gallery yesterday and because there was maintenance and uh so finally the glue boogers that were all over my floor are gone. The adhesive was oozing up from underneath the slats of the floor. It was all over the place. It was gross. And I couldn't get it off. And I had asked them numerous times, the property manager, like, what adhesive did he use? And is there a specific remover? Because some products are like that. Like, you have to get a specific product to remove the product, right? Because I already tried everything. I used mineral spirits and acetone and goof off and goo gone and some graffiti remover. I even tried. Nothing took it off. The only thing that touched it at all was mineral spirits when I did it, and it didn't take all of it. Um. Anyway, so he's in there. This guy came. This guy put the floor in, and he had special adhesive remover. He left it with me so that if and when it oozes up through the floor again, I can remove it. He doesn't have to come back out. He's like, "Why didn't you call me earlier? It would have been so much easier." I'm like, "I know." I said, I contacted them numerous times and didn't hear anything. They ignored me. He's like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh, this looks terrible." I'm like, "I know." Anyway, that's all taken care of. But whatever's in that solvent, it doesn't have a smell, but it was giving me a headache in there. And he's like all down on the floor with it in his face. I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm getting a headache." Oh. And I went and bought some Christmas presents for furry face and some stuff for Sassy. We're gonna go to the gallery, right? She's gonna be gallery kitty with me. I'm gonna give that a try today. Got a litter box and stuff set up for her. So, and there's a cushion. I'm gonna spray it with some catnip spray. And I mean, I had the cushion. I didn't buy the cushion. I have a cushion there. Plus, there's plenty of places for her to sit. So I'll plug in the little space heater next to wherever she decides she wants to sit, whatever she wants to sit on. I'll plug in the space heater next to it so she can be toasty and she can spend time with her mommy. And hopefully that is going to make her happier. Hopefully she'll pick up some weight or just have some happier days and some time with mommy in her last days. Wherever we're going, you know. I mean, she's old lady kitty. She's 16, which isn't super old for a cat, but it's old, you know. Some cats live a lot longer than that, but she was a feral, you know, and she's had some health problems throughout her life. Yeah, and yesterday my cards arrived that I ordered. Oh, we'll see if anybody wants to buy these. Right. See, this is the other thing. Can Americans make products that Americans want to buy? I don't know. I haven't found the secret to success yet on that. Like, I make things, I make all kinds of things. Nobody wants to buy them from me. I was chatting about that with the guy that came to do the maintenance in the place because, like, he makes stuff too. I was telling him about the earrings I have that are $80, and the woman was like, "Oh my God, $80!" And I'm just like, "Oh, I got $30 in materials alone in that, and it doesn't take into account, the time it took me to find the materials, let alone the labor, right?" Sorry, I'm not slave labor. I accept that I am, right? Because, like, I don't get paid. I don't know. I truly, truly just feel like everything I'm doing is just treading water until, I finally get tired and go under and die. Or, that's a metaphor. Just wasting time. Just wasting time until, till I die. Stayed up late last night listening to some music. I do that every now and then. Get on a kick. Or a bunch of uh, blues links in the TV feed last night, and I enjoyed listening to those. Yeah. He asked me yesterday, he's like, "Yeah, you doing anything for Christmas?" I said, "I'm making pizza." He's like, "Oh, I don't know what that means. Are you doing anything for Christmas? What are you doing for Christmas?" Nothing. Making pizza for my husband and I. Making pizza for my husband and I, and giving extra treats to Brody and Sassy. That's it. That's my celebration of Christmas. Oh, I'm getting a new roof. What am I doing for Christmas? Nothing. 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 I don't have any family or friends, and it's just Omar and I. Yeah, that's my life. Yeah. Yes, we all do teach workshops here. I'm like, no. I don't understand why everybody feels like people should be entitled to work in my space. It has taken me so long to have my own space. And I have taught so many classes and workshops, and I really hate it. I don't enjoy doing it anymore. Like, there was a time in my life when I enjoyed it. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what you do. You do the teaching circuit, blah, 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 blah. And it was just so awful. It was such an awful experience. And the kinds of workshops that I really wanted to do, you know, nobody wanted to take those from me. you know? And I really just don't. I'm not interested in teaching people's kids anymore. I've done that. That's my sacred making space, and I don't have to share it with anyone. I'm tired of that. It wasn't the answer he was expecting to get, though. And I was like, no. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think the February issue, I need to give it one more proofing, one more go through, and there will be things that I miss. There always are. 44 pages. There's always things that I miss. But um, one more, and then it'll be ready to go to print. And I was surprised at how fast these cards I ordered came. I mean, they really, a couple days, and usually Vista prints like a week or more. I didn't order rush anything. They just showed up. Maybe they feel bad about fucking up my Christmas cards. They did. They fucked up my Christmas cards. Oh. Yeah, but these aren't Christmas cards. You know, it'll be interesting to see if anybody's interested in them. I know I'm gonna send some. I need to make a list of people I want to send them to. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I'm just feeling kind of nonplussed with life right now. Oh, I went into the PetSmart and bitch at the fucking checkout called me hun. I always try to slip it in right at the very end, you know. It's like we're having pleasant interaction. Okay, hun. I'm like, no, bitch. I said, I am not a hun. No, 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 bitch. No. You're calling me hun while you're standing there supposed to be a grown ass woman wearing a fucking Disney sweatshirt. Fuck you and your Disney bullshit. No. Yeah. Yeah. Disney co opted the Detroit D for the sweatshirt. When I first saw her, I saw her, she was walking around the floor and she was walking from the front, had a big D on it. I'm like, oh, a Detroit sweatshirt. Because it's the Detroit D. Like, if you're from Detroit, if you're from the 313, you know the D I'm talking about. And then she walked past me and the back said Disney. And I was just like, oh my God. Disgusting. That's what it should have said. Disgusting. Disney is shameless and evil. Totally. And she thinks she's going to call me hun. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. No. She's like, okay, hun. I'm like, I'm not a hun. She went, oh. And I'm just like, oh. No, that's never going to be okay with me. We're not pals. We're not chums. We're not friends. We're not family. No, no. Go be passive aggressive and self-loathing someplace else. Go be go be an infant. I think I think it's like there's this generation like millennials and after who have been infantilized by other people, and so they think it's like okay, and so they do it to they tried to do it, and it's just like no, I'm not gonna call you hun. Like if I call somebody hun or sweetie, I'm being rude. Like that's an intentionality on my part, right? Mm-mm. No, no. Just call me bitch. Not your hun. Anyway, it just sounds so contrived. It sounds so, I don't know, stupid. Anyway, gonna take Sassy with me, see how she feels about this today. I'm excited to see her walk around the new space. Seeing her in a new space is always interesting because she gets out of the crate and she looks around and then she very intentionally walks, very alert. And then when she's seen everything she needs or wants to see, then she picks her spot and curls up and will lick her feet or something. Hopefully the floor is all dry. It's not all slippy. Oh my gosh, yesterday I was gonna stay. I was gonna stay later yesterday and work on Omar's Christmas gift. I ended up coming home. Um, I was tired. I took a nap. Took a nap because he had snored. Not last night, the night before. He snored some last night too, but it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad last night. The night before, he was just like, oh my God, take the chainsaw outside already. Are we sleeping with a chainsaw? Oh my God. Yeah. So I was tired and I was feeling a little irritated about bitch at the PetSmart and feeling a little irritated with this property management. And it's like I went there to drop off magazines and it's just like I didn't really want to talk to them. I was irritated, right? Like, ugh, I don't want to talk to you. But I would have, like last time, just dropped the magazines at the door, except that it was raining and it was wet. So I didn't do that. I had to knock on the door. And if somebody hadn't answered the door for me to hand them to them, I would have taken them and left. I wouldn't have left them. Because, like I said, the ground was wet and I didn't want to, like, drop my magazines that cost me $7, seven plus bucks a piece to print on the ground, right? Yeah. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah. Feeling nonplussed with the world. What the hell's a fat girl to do? Listen to some Johnny Lee Hooker. Listen to some Howlin' Wolf. That's what I listened to last night. A boom, 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 boom. Take you home with me. How, how, how. Yeah. Yeah. I sat outside and watched the rain a while yesterday. It hurt so goddamn bad. Like, I would've swept the floor and dusted and stuff, I just hurt so bad. I was just sitting there watching the rain, listening to Anita Baker. When we met, always knew I would feel the magic for you on my mind constantly. In my arms is where you should be. I want you here by me, baby. You let my love run free. I want you in my life for all time. Oh, I'm caught up in the rapture of love. Nothing else can compare. When I feel the magic of you, the feeling's always new. But we stand hand in hand, or side by side, side by side. Life passes by, warm my heart. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Anita Baker. Love Anita Baker. So Detroit. She was like part of the soundtrack of Detroit. Her and Michael Sanborn and Kenny G. Soundtrack of Detroit in the 90s. Yeah. And early 2000s. Anita Baker. Oh. Yeah. Anyway. I guess that's it. I don't know. Well, less Catholic Mass in my feed yesterday. Still a lot of Meghan Markle crap. And a bunch of other shit in there too. None of it's interesting. There has to be interesting stuff out there. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Something interesting. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.